Hey everybody, it's Dana here, and I wanted to shoot a video of encouragement to those who have been feeling dry or depressed or discouraged or lonely or insignificant or any other adjective you want to fill in the blank. And this is really coming out of a post that I put in a Facebook group at like 1 o'clock in the morning last night. I was up and I was supposed to be reading, and I'm looking at Facebook, and I'm supposed to be reading and I'm looking at Facebook. You guys, I know that never happens to you guys, but it happens to me sometimes. So anyway, I'm posting in this group, and just some of the feedback that I got, it reminded me, or I guess it let me know that whenever you feel like you're going through something, there's always somebody else who's going through what you're going through. And so I have some notes here so that I don't do a 30-minute video, so I can stay on topic. But just to kind of give you guys like a little peek of what's been going on with me. So I've been like in this weird dry space for probably the last 2 or 3 months. And I'm out of it now, which is why I'm shooting this video. But while I was in it, I really didn't know, first of all, how I got in it. There was nothing like major that happened in my life that was bad. As a matter of fact, life has been pretty good. I mean, the kids are good. Me and Sean are doing fine. Financially, we're doing okay. You know, I gotten a promotion at work. Like, everything was looking pretty good. But for one reason or another, I found myself just feeling like hopeless. And it's crazy because for those of y'all who know me, like I'm just a happy-go-lucky person all the time. I mean, that's just my natural disposition. Not that I'm always happy, but you know what I mean? Like I'm not just somebody who is depressed a lot or down a lot. I'm always kind of lifting up other people. And so for me to go through this for no reason at all, it was really, it was confusing. I didn't know what in the world was happening to me. And I told Sean, I'm like, I don't know what is wrong with me. Like, I can't shake it. All of the things that I normally do, reading my Bible, going to church, reaching out, none of those things were helping. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what in the world? And so I think this all kind of started back in January. If you are watching this on Facebook, then you probably remember, or maybe not, I don't know. In January, I was really, really sick. I was out like for a week straight. And, being sick, it's always like, it always takes a lot out of me physically, but emotionally, just to be down and not be able to take care of my kids and not be able to really do anything, that took a lot out of me. And so around that same time, one of my neighbors died tragically and very unexpectedly. And so my whole neighborhood rallied around, and that was just a really hard time for our neighborhood. And so then fast forward, and again, there's nothing that's like a moment, nothing that happened to like make me feel like this. But I found myself in this really dry space, and I could not shake it. And so I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, we traveled down to Charlotte for a football camp that Chris was going to, and I had the privilege of attending Elevation Church. And for those of y'all who are not familiar with Stephen Furtick, he leads a huge ministry. Of course, there's going to be people who love him, people who don't. I love the guy, okay? But not only do I love him, but the message that he spoke to my soul. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been under a pastor or a teacher or some kind of teaching that somehow it's just for you. And that's exactly what happened with me. I mean, I have notes here from his message, but you guys get this. His message was called Coming Out of a Drought. Okay, like, hello. And so he spoke from 1 Kings 18, and he was talking about Elijah and how Elijah had this, he had just prophesied to Ahab that there would be no rain. And so he goes and he sends his servant, because now the prophecy is now it is going to rain. And so he sends his servant, and the servant looking in the sky, he sends his servant back 7 times. Each time the servant comes back, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing. And so Stephen Furtick talked about our feelings of invisibility. How there are times in our lives when there's just nothing. We're looking around and we've got a promise maybe from God, but that promise, there's no evidence of it whatsoever. And so the feelings of invisibility. And so what happens is on the 7th time that the servant goes to look in the sky, he says, there is a cloud. And if you guys are familiar with Elevation Worship, their newest CD is called There is a Cloud. So he's doing this whole teaching series on this. And so the servant goes, there is a cloud, but it's little. It's insignificant. That was the second point. And so there are times that, maybe God has given you a promise, or maybe there's something that you're believing or hoping for, and you see like little evidence of it. But because it's not like this huge, big thing, you dismiss it. I'm like that. I believe God for great, great big things. And so when these little teeny little evidences start to happen, I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the big shebang that I'm hoping for. And so he talked about feelings of insignificance. And then the third one, he said, is in feelings of intimidation. And so there are times, you guys, I'm just going to be really honest with you, I think we all feel intimidated sometimes. There are times where like, I know this path that I'm supposed to be on and it's, wild, and sometimes it's scary, and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to accomplish this vision that I have, or this vision that I believe God gave me? And it's intimidating. And so one of the things that I realized for me was that I was getting so bogged down in the future, the uncertainty of the future. What's going to happen with this, and how is this going to work out? And I'm basically worrying myself sick over things that haven't even happened yet. And so I don't know what your situation might be. I don't know what maybe, got you into your place. Maybe you have had this moment of despair. Maybe something tragic has happened to you and you're in this funk, you're in this season of just depression. And I wanted to shoot this video, you guys, because I want to encourage you. When I sat under that word and I said, you know what, God, I don't know how I got here, but I know I'm coming up out of here because I don't want to be in this drought. I don't want to be in this dry place. And God delivered me in that service, like in the service. And I'm not like a big emotional person. It takes a lot to get me to cry. I have a really high pain tolerance, but I was like a basket case in that service. And it was good. It was a release. It was something that I just needed to let go. And so however you need to release it, however you need to let go, I just want to encourage you to just let go. Stop worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow. Stop worrying about your future and even your past. You can't go back and change that. Your future, we're not there yet. So there's no need in us wasting time on either one of those. We are right here in the present, in the moment. And what's happening, you guys, is that when we're so focused on our past and we're so focused on our future, we can't enjoy the present. We can't enjoy those blessings, those promotions, those financial blessings, our family, our friends, those sweet moments of just peace and quiet. We can't enjoy those things because we're so focused on the past and on the future. And so as I posted this in the group, I was just not shocked, but I guess I was kind of surprised to see that so many other people were going through something very similar. And we're all going through this together, and none of us know, and none of us are really reaching out to each other because, I don't know, for me, I think I don't like to like bog people down with my problems. So, and I feel like it's just me and God, we got this, right? And it's crazy. I shouldn't be like that. And I'm trying not to be like that. I'm trying to be more like, okay, this is what I'm going through. I don't like to like trouble people. And so, and then especially if you're a leader, it's like, you have to be careful of who you talk to because you don't want to burden the people that you lead, So anyway, make a long story short, you guys, I came out of the funk. I came out of it. And so I'm doing this video to encourage you that, sometimes it's going to take more than your personal devotions. Sometimes it's going to take more than just a sermon. Sometimes it's going to take more than just a listening friend. Sometimes you're just going to have to wait and you're going to have to go back like that servant and keep looking. And don't give up because there is a cloud. There is a cloud coming to you. I want to try to link this video to his video so that you can hear the full message. I don't want to butcher his message. I cannot give it any justice at all. But I just want to say that the enemy always wants to attack us in isolation. If he can get you off by yourself, thinking that you're the only person going through what you're going through, if he can get you thinking that you don't matter and nobody cares or your little problems are insignificant, then he's got you right where he wants you. And so my encouragement today is to reach out. Let other people in. I am talking to myself as well. Let other people in. Don't feel like you're burdening people because guess what? That's what we're called to do. If you're a Christian watching this video, you've been called to bear each other's burdens. And so reach out. And if someone's reaching out to you, bear their burden. Help carry the load. You guys know life gets heavy sometimes. So let's be there for each other. Let's help carry each other's load. And I pray that if you are going through a drought, that God would help to bring you out of that quickly so that you can look around into the bright open spaces of life and all that he has for you. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you guys later. Bye.